Hello and welcome to Malkorok, the first boss of the Underhold Wing in LFR. This is the guide to the looking for raid version of the fight. For more guides, check the description of this video for playlists. Now, let's put an end to this malformed and corrupted orc. This is a two-phase fight, which will start in phase 1, and that will be the phase you spend the most time in. The boss has a rage bar which will fill up, and once at full, phase 2 will begin. It's just for show though, and you can't affect it in any way. During phase 1, any healing received will instead create an absorb shield on the player, so healers are going to need to heal players even when they're at full health. You may want to start the fight with abilities like Tranquility to help get shields up on the whole group. The absorb from the shield will max out at a player's max health, so if you have 1 million health you can get a shield for 1 million damage. The shields are color-coded with the debuff, so red means your shield is very weak, orange is medium, and green is strong and good. Healers keep in mind that the raid will be taking a bit of unavoidable damage, so keep healing them and keep those shields up, and just try to keep everyone's shields nice and healthy, especially on the tanks. The boss applies a stacking debuff called Fatal Strike. This stacks quite high and really fast, so tanks will need to swap the boss when their stacks run out, which will probably be at around about 15 stacks. Tanks, it's up to you as to where you want to tank the boss, though the center of the room is probably best. Ranged and healers should be spread around the room, as the boss will use Seismic Slam on random players, which deals damage to the targeted player and anyone within 5 yards of them, as well as knocking all the players that get hit into the air. So just stay spread out a bit. The boss will use Arcing Smash, where he runs to the center of the room, faces a random player, and starts casting a cone attack which will land after a few seconds, dealing heavy physical damage to anyone in the cone. It's shown by a brown dust effect. It's pretty easy to see and very easy to get out of, so just get out of and stay out of it. After every Arcing Smash, 3 purple pools will spawn. At least one player should get into each of the pools before they explode. If a player is in them, the player will take a medium amount of shadow damage, so make sure your shield is orange or green before stepping in, and maybe use a defensive cooldown for it as well. If a pool does not have a player in it, it will deal a decent amount of damage to the entire raid. Tanks should avoid these pools, and healers and DPS should soak them. If possible, all the pools should be soaked to avoid the majority of the damage. After every 3 Arcing Smashes, he will use Breath of Visage. This ability will cause all the areas hit by Arcing Smash to explode, dealing 400,000 shadow damage to anyone standing in those areas. Due to the shield, this should be survivable, but should also be avoided. Either remember where the last 3 Arcing Smashes landed, or have somebody put down markers showing where they landed and making them easily avoidable. If you don't know where they landed, then just use a defensive cooldown and you should be alright. After every second breath, Malkorok's rage bar will reach full and phase 2 will begin. When this happens, all players should stack up in front of the boss, as he will be dealing a huge amount of damage in a frontal cone that needs to be spread among players. He will put dots called Displaced Energy on random players, which deal ticking damage to the player, and when they expire or are dispelled, they will deal massive damage to anyone within 8 yards of the player. When you get the debuff, run out of the stack, get dispelled, and once your debuff is gone, you can run back in again. During this phase, the shield absorb thing goes away, allowing healers to heal everyone back up to full again for phase 1. Once his rage reaches 0, phase 1 begins again, and healing creates absorbs again. After every phase 2, the boss will gain a stacking buff, increasing his damage by 25%, so the damage will get higher as the fight continues. Use Bloodlust at the start of the fight for maximum benefit. So basically, tanks taunt when the debuff falls off, ranged and healers spread out around the room, run out of Arcing Smash, healers and DPS get into the purple pools, avoid areas where Arcing Smash has landed when breath is about to be cast. In phase 2, stack up and run out if you get the debuff on you. And that's it for LFR Malkorok. I hope you found this guide helpful, and if you did, then remember to subscribe for more videos. Now go claim your gold of bags and stuff, and hold it high with a look of disgust on your face, because damn it, I want my polearm.